Okay, so today we're going to talk about the greatest integer function. The greatest integer function is denoted by the double brackets there. And what it does is it pairs every real number x with the greatest integer less than or equal to x. So if I look at this first example, 8.4, the greatest integer less than or equal to x would just be 8. Then we have pi. When we think about pi, pi is 3.14 repeating, different 14156. And again, the greatest integer less than or equal to that would be 3. And then for negative 6.8, the greatest integer less than or equal would be negative 7. Okay, so that just means that we're going to be dealing with integers as all of our y values when we look at these problems. So if we look at the very first one, we can make a little table here. We have our x's and our y's. So let's just start out when x is 0. Well, the greatest integer less than or equal to that would also be 0. We go to 1. That would also be 1. So if we see, all of our integer x's would map to themselves. But let's say we had something like 1/2. Well, 1/2 would map to 0. Or if we had like 3/4, that's also going to map to 0. If we took something like 1.5, well, that's going to map to 1. If we had 2, that would map to 2. So we look at these, for our graph, for x's from 0 until 1, but not including 1, would map to 0. And then we go x's are from 1 to 2, not including 2, it would map to 1. And we continue that, 2 to 3, not including 3, would map to 2. So when we go to our graph, well, we said when x is 0 to 1, okay, so from 0 to 1, but not including 1. So we can represent not including 1 by the open circle. Then from when x is 1 to 2, our y value is 1. So we have a closed circle here, going to 2, and then we end up with an open circle. And that pattern is going to continue, because when we get to 2, then we jump up. We call this our step function. And that keeps going. Now this would also work in reverse. Went down to the negatives. And that would continue for our entire graph there. Okay, so again, on this case, the left end has your filled in circle, the right end has your open circle, and that would keep going all the way down and all the way up in that right corner. Okay. Again, this is still a function because there's no place I could draw a vertical line that would go through more than one point. Because if I was going to go through one of these spots right here, okay, I really only am going through that point. Okay, this would be an open circle and not included. Okay, so that's your parent greatest integer function.